As of now, still a very powerful and very strong Category 4 storm, and you can see this centric area of thunderstorms right near that eye wall. These are where the strongest winds are. If you were to see 150-mile-per-hour winds, it would be with these storms that are working northward towards the Cameron coast. Now, one thing I've been noticing, notice this little band of thunderstorm action that's developing just offshore of Vermilion Bay and Vermilion. This is now working onshore through the next hour or two, which means that winds will begin to pick up in Vermilion Parish and also Cameron Parish. That's how strong the wind out here is, guys. So these power outages will certainly start to begin here in St. Mary as conditions, even through the past hour or so, have definitely ramped up. We'll be here through the afternoon giving you the latest information. Looking at velocities, not really seeing much, meaning I don't see a lot of spin in the atmosphere, but sometimes these spin ups can be very brief, they can be very low to the ground in this tropical activities, and they can be very hard to see right near that eye wall. And look how perfect this eye wall is in terms of a representation standpoint. So I don't see this weakening anytime soon. The only thing that would weaken this would be an eye wall replacement cycle, but unfortunately I think it's getting too late for that. So it looks like this will be moving in and moving into Cameron Parish almost at peak intensity. Economic impact across southeast Louisiana. Of course, we have three large ports. We have the Port of New Orleans, Port of South Louisiana, and the Port of Baton Rouge. And those two ports, they are really the hub for shipping petrochemicals, grains all over the country, fertilizers as well. So the economic impact from this storm will be severe. And then we also have the Port Fourchon, which is actually right near us. That serves for about 18%, almost 20% of domestic oil production and exportation. So the economic impact from this, Laura, was in the tens of billions. Unfortunately, with this storm, it looks like it could be even higher than that. Here's how you can stay with us through the storm. KLFY.com. We are on live stream, and then once your power goes out, you can go to our Facebook, KLFY News 10. We are live streaming on there as well. Now, if you lose your phone, we got you covered for that as well. We got radio stations. We got 4 radio stations now that are broadcasting us, so we have you covered on all the spectrum, so you can be able to listen to our coverage throughout the nighttime hours. This is 6:30 a.m. Notice pretty much west of this line, you're talking 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Places like Jennings, Lake Arthur, Oberlin. You head further off to the east, you're talking 80 to 90. Crawley, Eunice, Turkey Creek, and then further east of there, winds lessen a little bit, but you're still talking near 70. Like downtown Lake Charles could see anywhere from 3 to 6 feet of storm surge. That may be conservative, so near those casinos, they could be seeing some pretty high water here pretty shortly. And then further south, near Cameron, Hackberry, Rockefeller, you're talking 15 to 20 feet. That's deadly. Hopefully nobody is down there. Hopefully everyone has headed off to the north. Highway 14 right in here. Looks like that storm surge could be approaching Highway 14 once again, very similar to what we saw with Hurricane Rita, maybe exceeding that in some areas. I want to say to Heath, don't really fret about losing those 6 to 8 pounds this week, because I found them, and I tell you what, I needed every pound to be able to stand in this wind today. We've been going at this for about 15 hours now, and your legs get weak after a while, and I know we're trying to make a lighthearted joke, but we need some laughter tonight, because Louisiana is definitely dealing with a historic and a catastrophic storm. Acadiana, as Heath was saying, got lucky with this one again, but southeastern Louisiana, just seeing some of the structural damage that's occurring, the agricultural damage, the energy sector damage. This is going to be long-lasting here for southeastern portions of the state. I would put us somewhere in these top 2 tiers where tree limbs sag and break, roads become very hazardous, expect road closures, and maybe even some power outages, especially if some of these ice totals exceed a ½ inch and get towards 3/4 of an inch. That will become more likely. Main event coming in Monday could start as early as 3 or 4 a.m., last through the morning and through the early afternoon. Mostly freezing rain, but we could see some sleet as well, maybe some snow as close as, let's say, central parts of the state.